Alright, so what I'm doing today is showcasing exactly what Hitbox expansion is, how it works, um, and how it affects characters and the meta without people even realizing it, because no one really talks about it, or they might even call it something else. But essentially, why it matters. So I'm gonna turn on the settings here that make a difference. Um, Control actually. There are other settings you could test too, like side smash, neutral special. With certain characters, I'm doing this because it's going to allow us to see things that we go over. Uh, Shuffling doesn't matter too much, but I'll turn on for the sake of other things. Go over. Style moves doesn't matter at all because it's not about what we're testing here. What we're testing here is not combos. What we're testing here is hitboxes. Um, we're testing, you know, collision and other things and properties with Smash. Um, Something that's not fully mentioned in the game. If you look at like a manual, for instance. So I'm gonna look at things at normal speed and then like half speed. Um, so what we're gonna be looking at is Samus's interaction with Ridley's moves and vice versa. We're looking at as examples like Samus's forward smash and her charge shot and missiles. Um, Ridley, we're gonna be looking at like forward jab versus forward tilt, down tilt, um, tilts, maybe smash attack with certain things. This, how to actually make this useful, and why it's completely unrealistic. Or people say, "Oh yeah, you could use it," and I understand, but why it's completely unrealistic and why a lot more often you're going to be playing passive. Why playing passive's a lot more um, feasible in this game. So let's go into the example of a special here. So let's go over first of all what Ridley can be. And as far as a fully charged charge shot, I have found with recent patches that a fully charged charge shot, Ridley could really, as far as I'm concerned, not beat that anymore with his tilts or his jab. That's been nerfed. Um, but if we're talking like an unfully charged charge shot, Ridley could beat that with like a forward tilt, down tilt, up tilt, or neutral air. As if you're talking like the tipper effect there, you see where it kind of shines like strip right there, or or his jab doesn't really do it anymore. Where like you see the claw slashes, that would do it originally, but that doesn't work anymore for some reason. Or the up tilt certain parts, if you were to be hit with a projectile coming down or a strong hitting move, because you could see should be showing the yeah, invincibility. You can see like even on his wing, there's a little on his wing there. It shows there's some like kind of frames there. I'm not sure if it's super armor or I don't think it's super armor or it wouldn't be iframes in the sense of invincibility, but the kind for dodging. But yeah, it does show something like that. um, it's similar to like when you dodge those kind of frames. See that so it's interesting. So yeah, his up tilt's very safe. So his up smash, his foot has the same kind of property. It's just it's his wing, so it's it's safe, great for juggling and beating things flat out sometimes. And his tail on the tip has something like that. Same thing with this down tilt, forward tilt, So it's great for that kind of stuff, but it can be just overwhelmed and beat out by the charge shot because it's such a big hitbox. It goes past the tail and further in to hit him, and also because of another feature I'm going to cover, um, where it doesn't even fully interact with your character in general. Interacts with it in a different sense. Um, but let's go over with the missiles first. Just give you an example of what we talked about. Just to show off what I mean, the jab doesn't work anymore if I can get the timing right. Yeah, see, it would have worked there back in previous patches. Show you again. Yeah, see that it just doesn't work anymore. But yeah, see, it beat it right there. Yeah, see, literally, or just because you have to actually get the animation where the tail comes out. Um, yeah, see, there's a pretty good example there. I don't think forward air will do it though. But if we were to, yeah, so like neutral air could do it. So that's again. Now let's go over the. We go over the neutral special, right? And it's not fully charging it, but see, like, I hope you're paying attention to what's happening here, but yeah, so it's interacting with my tail there, right? Right, so it's actually clashing with my tail and getting it there, right? Let's just, right, so you see, I'm throwing out a move, it's interacting being it, but if I throw out like a shield, I can parry it. That's the purpose of that. Won't interact with empty hops, and the hitbox is normal. But you see, that's where you wonder about that, because it, throw this out, it's gonna, let's throw out, see how, it's, after the fact or before the fact, it doesn't even matter. Yeah. So it shows the point of impact being before it actually beats my character. That's what that little indicates there. Again, it shows it being at the tail there, but so that's just with the special move, for instance. So let's do forward smash. So I'm out of range right here. Sam's out of range of my thing, but let's showcase this. All right, walk a little bit forward to get punished. Right, it should be out of range of this. Yep. Yeah, but now they got hit because they threw out a move. So this is kind of what I'm showcasing here. Um, Basically, it's the thing of whoever goes second wins. Whoever's, being more patient wins. That's the kind of gameplay they promote here in Ultimate, just like they did in Smash 4. Um, I did bring up Brawl because they also had this feature in Brawl too, but Brawl, they kind of made up for it with certain characters having such good frame data. Um, like Meta Knight, even though people really hated Meta Knight, and the main issue with that game was super imbalanced with certain characters having much better everything than other characters. But the point is, and also not just that, tripping as well. But say like, why did my tail hit him there and it couldn't hit him before? The only conclusion I come up with is some with the hitboxes, and now it clashes there. That would make sense because they're throwing out their arm to hit me, but after the fact. Right, like there's right, that would make sense if we clashed right there when we, not there but there, but no. A little closer. And then I just flat out beat their smash attack. Like, it doesn't make sense. Even on, like I pointed out earlier with the tipper, like it still doesn't make sense because like it's according to the game here, it's damage based, and my tipper doesn't deal as much damage as like your forward smashed. So again, it's something with the damage receiving properties of the hitboxes, right? And people question like, oh, what if they don't turn around? Well, yeah, the character's gonna turn around. Um, so like, right, it can't reach each other there. Yeah, like can't normally hit each other there. Yeah, now I can. Yeah, right. Like, there's all kinds of different examples where like it's inconsistent. Is my point here, right? Like I'm throwing this out, and because I already pushed him out, he's not going to hit me now. But the point is, I did hit him. That's what I meant by a juggling option. Let's see here. I think they're going to hit me from that distance, right? Not going to hit me now. I should be out of range for this, right? Yep. Go back to that again. Should be timing. And I should be out of range for that. Yep. Again, in range. And this actually reaches really far. It should be able to reach from here regardless of, yeah, okay, so shouldn't reach from there, okay. I think I've already tested this in a... Alright, I think I messed that up still because I gave myself a little boost, but I think from the air I should be able to reach, right? Like, yeah, punchman, but let's say... If I time that right. Yeah, like... Yeah, so I just know if you play a certain way in this game, you can punish any character with any character. And it's passive. That's why Sonic players, you have to kind of give them credit. They play in a way where, yeah, they could play aggressive, and I do, and I can do just fine, but they also still play in a way where they take advantage of characters' hitboxes on a whole nother level like this. Just because of this, let me also go over for these kill options, because this is why the stuff I say actually should make sense, and this is where I'm going to have to do, well, because they're kill options going over, I shouldn't have to do still moves, because, and Samus is a heavy, on a higher skill than Ridley, I'm going to have to do kind of average when Samus is going to do, like, kind of perfect DI, right? And this is considered just, like, center stage kind of killing. Right, that's going to kill center stage. It's going to kill center stage. It's definitely going to kill center stage. Actually, you know what? Let's just throw it on off stage. right? Like, you can kind of actually want to showcase something here in a little bit. I actually want to showcase this. This is funny. It's usually 145%, but you can, that can kill the edge at 145%. Fastball forward air, fastball neutral air. You should high percent. You don't want to do down throw. You want to do this because you get him a juggling situation, and you can usually follow up with that. It kills. You could do that, or you could just wait and see their reaction if you're going to really do something like that. You could just jab multiple times to get great damage. That was just from throw him off stage, but you can, I've mentioned this in my video, that's like 18% right there. You have to make the kill percent for the ledge. Neutral air is always safe. Again, like it, and this is considering Ridley is a low tier with his bad matchups, and Samus is one of his bad matchups. You can just always going to struggle because Samus doesn't have just projectiles. Samus has follow-up strings and things that could be safe. Especially if they're going to be Dark Samus, which is safer than Samus. Which is a scary thought there. Let's see here. Besides just the smash attacks, you can two-frame with that, which is an option. I mean, besides just chasing people off stage, you always have that. You can kill as a dash attack. This builds damage. That's all that's really going to be used for, besides just off stage pressure to see your opponent's options. Like I point out, arrows are kill pressure options. Down B is going to be used for situational purposes. I'm going to go over that a little bit more. Obviously, this is a kill option. This is the damage pressure option that could potentially kill. It's more for like this kind of situation. If you really wanted to go for it, you could technically do that. It's a way people go over like, oh, you could just don't hold down. Why you just hold down for a second and let go. Kill throw. At the very least, you carry him off stage. You also multi-jab, obviously, to build damage. You just can't hold it too long because it's going to smash the eye out like they're doing there. So you don't even want to hold it that long, just want to hold it a little bit, deal damage. Forward tilt is he kills the ledge there. It's not that really can't kill him. Dash attack can just send him straight off stage and kill a ledge. And like I said, all aerials are extremely punishing. Yeah, if you're good with your timing of that, they can really punish people who are down air and kill. In fact, down air, just to get an idea here, you could still make it back okay with that if you're worried about your up B, if you're pretty good with your down airs. And what I wanted to go over was something I discovered with the down B I think is pretty cool. Just throw them off ledge. If you're pretty good with the timing, I messed up there. Yeah, if you're pretty with the time, you can actually catch their get up options. And get just like a heavy edge guard situation. And a lot of people actually do try to recover high against Ridley, which is not always the best idea because you can get hard punished for doing that. Like Ridley can yeah, I found this too. This is hilarious. It's why you don't go for the because then you get hard punished, right? So if you're finding against Captain Falcon, you do that, you get Falcon punched, or kneed immediately, or knee comboed. Don't do that. Also, because that happens, and that's a glitch that never got fixed in the last few patches since they did that to Ridley. Look what happens here. What? I think this is even a thing. Hold on. Yeah, you could do that, but at higher percents it's not going to work. That's 32% damage. I mean, yeah, you deal 70% damage to kill yourself at the, you know, if your opponent doesn't jump out of it or something, but even then, they might just take it just to kill you. Like a temporary, like, super armor or something. I don't understand. It like reverses the properties of like what you're supposed to get, gives it to your opponent. It's weird. Yeah, this is so risky because the hitbox on this is so small. It's meant to be a super heavy punishing move. That's why I say it's very situational because like yeah, your opponent can do that and they can't avoid it. It's not like it doesn't cover all the options. They can jump, I think, and roll to get out of it. But again, that's not a good position to be on. Really, like if they jump, you just cover the up smash. You can condition them kind of with that too. If they're going to roll, you have this neutral air. You can turn around, multi jab, just deal damage. Neutral air obviously is going to be a go-to option. It's safe. Neutral air obviously is going to be able to kill to a higher percents. Ridley, this information brings it up a little bit higher on low tier, but it's still low tier. Just because he has many other issues against the majority of cast. And the cast, his bad matchups are popular characters too, that's the problem. So let's... Yeah, so you could just do the timing right, and you could technically do a smash deck too, just it's kind of a little too slow, so you don't want to always do that. And your opponent, it's not safe. Alright, the down smash reaches from here from Steve. No, forward smash doesn't reach, right? Wrong button. But yeah, you see it reached now, even though I face the other direction, which is even more bizarre actually than the example I was about to use. Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, it didn't reach before, right? And it was what he was. Again, it's after I've done the move or something to punish it. Yeah, see, it's right when I in the action of doing the move. Is what I've been trying to explain here. So again, like trying to see. Because another problem is he uses a sword, and swords, like I said, don't work perfectly with the hitbox expansion because they're an intangible object, kind of like kind of like when you dodge. It's kind of weird. It's kind of like that, right? Throughout the down tilt hits me. All right, so you see there's an example right there. Whoop. Go to jab. Go to jab. All right, it doesn't, because the jab doesn't actually move you forward, right? It just throw out an attack. All right, so. All right, that's interesting. How it hits again, right? Like doing this. Does this reach? Yeah, okay. Does that normally reach though at that range? No, so actually after doing this, that doesn't reach, but now it reaches. Yeah, so again, another example. But also these characters kind of heavy punish each other too. Right, but it will never actually be able to take advantage of. But you will get punished. And this, I can't really use this example because you move forward a little bit and actually and you actually get punished by that, right? And you see, like, oh, it helps a little, like, in aerials and stuff like that, but again, Sonic's just throwing out a forward smash and a parry. You see, like, I could do that, but as far as, like, the sword itself goes, it doesn't actually help with, like, getting a critical hit, right? If anything, like, you're just more vulnerable, if not just as much. So it's kind of a scary thought to think they use this to give characters um, equal grounds of an advantage, or just equal opportunity, I guess, against sword fighters. Um, I think that's interesting to think about here. So I was stating it's new friendly, but at the same time, it's also what gives characters help against characters that have properties like that of a weapon or sword or whip or something to be able to compete against them. So with that being said, yeah, okay, yeah, so they hit from much further up. Yeah, yes, that's what I'm talking about. The properties of Donkey Kong. It's so ridiculous. And that's just like that's just down B though. That's just the rage. That's just what that movie is. So Banjo's a really weird one, huh? Oh my god, could Oh yeah, there we go. That's the right position to punish that. Okay. Yeah. That normally reach from there? It normally can't even reach from there. Okay. I